Hello, welcome to another episode of the PV Show's Moments of Truth right here on YouTube this and every Sunday. If you haven't subscribed to the PV Show, kindly click on the subscription button to subscribe to the PV Show.
I'm Mrs. Gloria Tamaklo, a lab technologist working with Total House Clinic.
In the Ghanaian setting today, a lot of people hardly pay attention to regular checkups, which actually leads most people to untimely death because they hardly know what goes on in their system. So on this week's episode of the PV Show, we are bringing your way a laboratory technologist who is going to take us through certain general labs we need to run and also labs we need to do before marriage and after marriage. Also, the labs we need to do for our children as they grow up. I'm sure most of us may be battling with certain health challenges, but the issue is, when was the last time you visited the hospital to go through a thorough laboratory examination? Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the PV Show's Moments of Truth right here on YouTube this and every Sunday. It's been a while we came your way, and today we want to tackle issues about certain lab tests you need to do as a single person before marriage and most likely even after marriage. Yes, so we are privileged to be with a laboratory technologist, and she is going to take us through this particular session. If you are out there and I ask you, what is even your blood group? I'm sure some of us may not even know. So you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay. If you can give us a little introduction about yourself.
Okay. Like she said, she rightly mentioned, I'm Mrs. Gloria Tamaklo, a laboratory technologist working with Total House Clinic.
Okay. But how many years have you been in this particular
profession?
Yeah.
I've been in this profession for over 15 years.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for welcoming us to your home.
Thank you.
All right. So we are tackling the topic necessary labs to consider before marriage. Why is it necessary for us to even think of running certain labs?
Okay.
Yeah.
The human body itself is like a machine. Okay. And let's compare it to a car running 24/7, and a car has to be serviced about once a year. Most of the time, every car needs servicing once a year. Same applies to the human body. Your organs, your systems are working 24/7, and so you keep eating, you keep excreting, and all that. Many processes go on in your body. You would need to check up once a year. You shouldn't wait till you have fallen ill. It might be too late. Once a year, I advise that everybody goes to the hospital, walk into a laboratory, a private lab, whatever, and then ask for a thorough checkup, so that in case anything is cropping up, it can be arrested early enough, and then treatment can begin. That will save your life. We've had issues of people, having, problems with their kidneys and all that, some of their organs. They didn't know. You know, because all these things are working inside you, and you are not seeing them. Some of them give little symptoms, a headache here, and then you be like, oh, I'm fine. Oh, let me just take some what do we call it? Painkiller. You feel that there's some kind of infection. You go over the counter and get some antibiotics. You don't need to do all that. Just walk straight to a laboratory and have a thorough checkup once a year.
Once a year.
Don't wait till you are down with ailments.
Okay.
It will save you a lot.
Okay. I remember some years back, I ever went to the hospital to run some labs. And then the person in charge asked me, do you have any, how do we call it? A doctor's request.
A request.
And I said, no, I just want to do it. And the person is like, you need to get a request first.
Yes.
Why do we have to go through this?
Yes. Some facilities are a clinic on their own or a hospital, a big hospital on its own.
Okay.
And they will need the request. You know, normally you would surely go through the OPD.
Okay.
You will see the doctor, interact with the doctor first, and then he writes the request out for you.
Okay.
And then we have private labs.
Okay. Okay.
That you can just walk in and tell whoever is in charge that you just want to have a thorough checkup. And then they will do that for you. If you would need to go through the doctor, why not? So you pay a little consultation. You see the doctor, you tell him why you are here. I'm here to, you know, have myself checked up. And so the doctor will write full lab or a comprehensive checkup. And then you'll be sent to the laboratory for
so if I'm getting you right, if I want to do a thorough check, I don't necessarily have to go through the normal hospital, but I can go to any private lab, any private hospital, and they can attend to me.
Yes, you can go to any private, even labs, private laboratory, and then you can be attended to. But one thing is, whatever the outcome of the result is, you would still need to see a doctor. You surely need to see a doctor. That's why they would need you to bring a request, meaning that you have already spoken to a doctor who has requested. So when the results come, you will show to your doctor, and he does the explanations, and then you know, will relate to whatever issues you are having.
But today we are looking at before marriage. What are the necessary labs I need to do before marriage? Some churches may give some specifics that we want you to do this particular one, but in general, before we let's look at it from the general perspective. Yes. So what are some of the labs you need to do? Let's start with the men before marriage, then later we'll go to the women before marriage.
For the men and for everybody in general, you would surely need to have a full blood count done. What does a full blood count show? The full blood count tells your HB level, hemoglobin level, which is very important. That is what is showing your blood levels and all that. The hemoglobin level, it will give you the WBC counts. That's the white blood cells. WBCs are like soldiers in your system. And when there is any infection coming in, you know, soldiers will always be alert to be on the battlefield. So these cells gather together, and if there's an infection, they gather together to fight. So the full blood count gives you your white blood cell level. That's a total. And then it goes on to give the differentials. There are different types of white blood cells. It counts all of them for you. We have about 5. We have 5 types. It will give all that. And then it will give you the platelet count.
I've forgotten those things. So platelets. When your skin peels
when there
off,
is a cut or anything, platelets form around that place to heal the wound. So in case there is an internal whatever bleeding or anything, the platelet counts will show. When platelet counts have increased, it means something is going on in the system. It tells the doctor a lot. So basically these things are for the full blood count. And then you would have to know your blood group. You have to know your blood group.
So we are looking at it from the general perspective.
You have to know your blood group. You'd have to know your sickle cell status. Very important. Sickle cell status. Your sickle cell status will help the doctor to know your conditions. Sickle cell comes with a lot of complications. So sometimes there's somebody, he doesn't know the sickle cell status, but then every now and then you are falling ill. Today this, tomorrow that. And And then that's why the doctor will go in to find out what is causing this person to be falling ill all the time. You get recovered, by the next moment you are down again, then maybe there's something going on. So your sickle cell status should be known. Then your genotype. After your sickle cell status, that one will give whether you are positive or negative for sickle cell. And then the genotype will give the specifics. The kind of genes you are carrying. Okay. All right.
Okay. So now we've looked at it from the general perspective. But for a man before marriage, what are the basic, the necessary labs he needs to do, scans he needs to do before marriage, so that we don't go and meet any unexpected thing in marriage?
Okay. For a male, normally some churches, most churches I would say, will request for a full blood count, or request for your blood group, or request for your sickle cell status, or request for the genotype, or request for hepatitis B. Yes, we go into all that. We'll request for an HIV test. Yes, because these things, when you get married and there's anything like this, you transfer to your partner. So these tests.
And then
these 5 tests,
these ones, are they not important? Your friend is saying this is it UTI, or men don't?
Oh no, it is when you come with a condition. You are having pain in your genitals or something. Then the doctor will go ahead to do a urine test first, and then we'll go on to do the cultures if there's any infection in the urine.
All right. Then with the women, what are the necessary labs we women need to do? And there was something that came to someone was discussing with me that fertility test is very important for women. But what about the men also?
The men will come to that. I think normally when you get married, let's say you've gotten married, and childbirth delays, normally you give yourself up to a year. If after 1 year there is delay in childbirth, then there is a cause. That's when we'll go into the fertility testing for men and for women. You don't need to worry yourself if you are not married yet.
I remember I ever went to one of the clinics to do it, and then the doctor was like, no, it's not
necessary yet. It is when you have married and for a whole year there is no issue. Then both of you walk to the hospital.
But don't you think knowing it early can help you probably check yourself?
Fine, if you'd want to know it. For men, it becomes an issue because how to even produce, the sample becomes a problem. And so it's mostly after you've married, because it's your wife who will help you with the production of that sample we need. So there's no need to always rush in that. But for women, young ladies especially who have what we call it, menstrual cycles that are not regular, that is a point you'd have to check. Immediately you realize that your menstrual cycles are not regular, you have it to this month, the next month is not coming, the next month is not coming, and then once again it will come. You'd have to do a checkup. I advise young people with such conditions to always go and check up on their what we call it, their hormones. We have the hormones are responsible for fertility. You have the luteinizing hormone, you have the follicle stimulating hormone, you have the progesterone, you have prolactin, you have estradiol, and all these tests have reference ranges that in whichever condition you are, whether you are pregnant, you are not pregnant, we have reference ranges that will show if you are fine. So for women, that is the problem. A man will not know because for them they are okay. But it's women who are ovulating, they are menstruating, the cycles are running. So immediately you realize that the cycle is not regular, Please. You'd have to check up before you enter into the marriage, because it can be very frustrating.
Okay. So aside the normal, the hormones, what other labs are we supposed to do as women on regular basis? I know down there we have a lot of issues that goes on. So what are the normal, the regular checkups we are supposed to do for us to know what is really going on with us?
Okay, in general, for both male and female, let me mention some labs that you are supposed to do. Like I said, the full blood count is very important, because young people of today, some of them are not eating well. They are not eating right at all. You'll be walking and feeling that you're okay. You go check your HB and it's so low, especially the ladies. There's some, I don't know why some young people don't want to cook by themselves. They would want to go out and buy this, buy that. You know the kind of nutrients that are inside the food. Please do a checkup. Know your HBs and know what kind of foods you should eat. You shouldn't sit and wait till you are feeling so dizzy before you are rushed to the hospital. They go check and say the HB is low. Like I said, once a year you go do a thorough checkup, and then you'd have to check. You are growing. You have to check your cholesterol. That's a lipid profile. You'd have to check all because of the kind of foods you eat. Yeah, you are not supposed to build up too much cholesterol in your blood vessels, because they end up giving you problems, the hypertensions and all the relating issues. And then you have to do a liver check. Do a liver check. A liver function test will be run for you. And then you have the kidney function test. And then you have the glucose check, the sugar levels. There are young people, as young as they are, they go and check their sugar levels.
Very high.
So high. Why? The sugary things that we eat, your body, we are all different. Okay, we are all different. Some people have enough insulin produced by their bodies, so that the insulin is able to work on the sugars that come in. Some don't have that much, so they end up remaining in your blood, and that's what makes your blood sugar level go up. Immediately that one goes up, some organs are getting affected, and then a whole lot of issues come in. So nowadays the kidney problem at first is becoming serious. At first you would say it's for the grown-ups, but now young people are having kidney problems.
And what really even causes some of these things? The kidney issues.
The kidney issues. Some people are simply not drinking enough water. Though some people, when they even feel like going to the washroom, they'll want to keep the urine. Why should you punish yourself? You end up worrying your system. Okay? And then some people to drink. Those who drink alcohol and the others, they are also prone to having kidney diseases.
Then the high intake of salt, does it contribute?
The high intake of salt, it also contributes. The high intake of salt, it will not help.
We love tuna like...
Then there should be a balance. When you are using tuna to prepare stew, then it means the stew itself should not have much salt. So that the salt in the tuna can infuse in the soups. It can go into the soup, and then it will taste okay. It will be balanced.
But before we leave, we want to look at the those that are married. After marriage, what are some of the regular checkups or labs we are supposed to run, and even our kids? When it comes to the children, what are the regular labs we need to run for them as they grow up?
So let's take it that you are married. God has blessed you with kids. Like I said, you are not sick. You've been fine a whole year. Please, you go to the hospital and do your full laboratory test. And the test I mentioned will be done for you to see how your system is running. In case there's a problem somewhere, it will be arrested early enough so that the doctors can take it up from there. But when you wait till it's too late, there's nothing they can do.
Okay.
And for the children, fine. Like the full blood counts are very important.
Okay. For the children,
it helps to know whether you are eating well
okay,
or not.
okay, okay. All right. So before we leave, what are the consequences of not doing this lab test? People. I remember there was one brother that died, and he didn't know that he was having any kidney issues or even liver issues, and then he passed on suddenly.
That is it.
Okay, so if you don't run certain labs, what are the effects it can have on you?
Okay, thank you very much. It's very important. It's a very important question. Look, the human body does not die just like that.
Okay.
The problem starts, like I'm saying, you are not seeing anything in your body, your tummy, you are fine. You start having headaches.
Okay.
Okay?
Unnecessary
headaches. Today your head is aching badly. That particular brother, I had headaches will come and you'll be like, I'm fine. I don't like going to the hospital. Oh, me, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. You go over the counter, you go and get some paracetamol, some painkillers. It will go.
Okay.
And then will resurface. The headache still coming. It will go and then it will come again. Please, you have to check out. Do you know, at that time he had hypertension.
Ooh.
High blood pressure.
Wow.
Giving you all that headache. Yes. When your blood pressure goes up, you have headaches.
Wow.
Yes. And so if you have a high blood pressure, it goes down to affect your kidneys.
Wow.
Yes. Hypertension. It goes down to affect
I never knew this
kidneys.
one.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It affects your kidneys. And you'll be there. You feel you are okay. Today you are fine. Tomorrow you are not doing too well. You're having some fevers. You don't feel okay.
Yeah.
Please go and check up. And when you go, they tell you that something is happening. Do something about it. Take your medications. Take your medications regularly. Take them religiously. You'll be fine. Okay. But when doctors have warned you, they have told you this is the condition, take these medications, and you become stubborn. Okay. The body is still functioning. The problem is still increasing by the day. And you are not arresting it. It will go on to destroy the what we call it, the nephrons in your kidneys.
Okay.
And now they can't function properly. So if your kidneys can't function properly, it means all the waste will stay in your blood. Instead of the kidneys flushing them out, now they are staying in the blood and they become poisonous to your system. This is all.
Wow. All right. Someone just
by the time you realize, nothing can be done about it. And you just watch you die.
Okay. Earlier, when I was discussing this interview with someone, the person sent a question: what causes heartburns?
Heartburns.
I learned he's been having frequent heartburns and it's very painful.
Okay. Yeah. That person should check out for ulcer.
Oh, okay.
Stomach ulcer. Okay. That's the first thing to look out for when you have heartburns. To look out for stomach ulcer. And there's a test for it. They will pass some cameras through your mouth into your stomach to find if there are some ulcerations. The ulcerations are like sores. They are just sores in your tract. So if you have sore in your stomach, you eat something that is peppery. Immediately, you physical sore that you can see, you put pepper in it and see how it burns. Yes, the same way if it goes in there and the food touches those areas, then the burning sensation comes.
But the burning should be in the tummy and not in the chest.
Yes, sometimes maybe you have it along the tract. It depends on where the sore is. Sometimes some people have it, along the esophagus going down to the stomach. So immediately it touches that, then the burning sensation, very uncomfortable.
Wow, thank you so much. We are grateful, to have you on the show. All right, so before we leave,
to be speaking to your your audience.
All right, thank you so much. So before we leave, your final words.
My final words
straight into the camera.
are very simple, and it is that your body is like a machine working 24/7. You would need to check up. You do maintenance for your machines. You do maintenance for your cars, your the equipment you have in your office and all that. You do maintenance. Please, your body should be maintained as well. And so every year, try hard. Yeah, you don't need to wait till you are sick. Just try once a year. Walk in, gather some money, walk in, and let the doctor prescribe or write out a request for a full laboratory test, full lab, and all these things will be checked. Your sugars, your liver, your kidney, your uric acid, okay, will all be checked. And then if all these things are done at my place, when you request for a full lab, let me run you through what tests we do. When you request for a full lab, we'll do your full blood count. We are going to do your blood group. We'll do your sickle cell status. We'll do your typhoid. We'll check out for typhoid. We'll check out for hepatitis B. We do the syphilis tests for you. We do your typhoid test. We do something we call the ESR, okay, erythrocyte sedimentation rate. And then we come to your blood sugar levels, your liver function test, your kidney function test, your uric acid, okay. And then all these are put together and are printed out nicely for you to show to your doctor. Further explanation. Okay. Results come. All the results come with references, so the doctor is able to go through to know wherever there's a problem. Okay. Maybe a follow-up test will be done.
All right. So where can we locate you?
We share a wall with CD House.
Okay.
We share a wall with CD House, and we are opposite the Methodist, headquarters, Methodist Church. Their headquarters in Accra. Okay. In Accra.
Okay. Is there any website or wherever they can visit to check out what you do?
Oh, if you go to Google, Google Total House Clinic.
Okay.
Details about the company will come. Phone numbers, there's office lines will come, and then you can call and you'll be attended to.
All right. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Yeah. So thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the PV Show's Moments of Truth. If you are just joining us, of course, we were talking about certain labs you need to run. General labs you need to run before marriage, after marriage, and even the labs you need to run for your kids. It's very, very necessary that we run our labs, run certain labs every year. Yes, that is what our mommy said. At least, if not for anything at all, once a year, make time to go to any hospital you can, or any private hospital, any lab, and request for a full checkup, right?
A full laboratory.
A full laboratory checkup. So thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the PV Show, please, what are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button to subscribe to the PV Show. Until we come your way same time next week, remember to wash your hand, use your nose mask. Yeah, they say we are free, but you can still obey the safety. Yes, you have to use them
for the washing of hands. Please, it should continue.
It should continue. So thank you so much. How much in case I want to, an average, if I want to come and run a full lab, how much?
At my place, it's 600 cedis.
600 cedis, that is okay. If you go to other hospitals, they are charging around 800,000. Yeah, for a full checkup. So I think 600 is okay. You can start saving from now till next year.
Sure.
Then you can go and run your lab. So thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned. We'll be back same time.